In the heart of the podcast air, Steve or Jason showing flair. Fantasy tips they always share, for the elite who really care. Shout out to the guests who come along, strategies that make us strong, plotting moves that can't go wrong. In this community we belong. Elite FPL, the lights they glow. Through the ranks we start to flow. With every tip the game we know. Elite FPL, let's go. Elite FPL, let's go. We analyze, we create. Every game week we debate. From the captain to the late, moves that make us celebrate. Points and transfers we all crave. Following leads to the brave. In this league it's more than a game. Fantasy football's true aim. Fantasy football's true aim. Elite FPL, the lights they glow. Through the ranks we start to flow. With every tip the game we know. Elite FPL, let's go. Elite FPL, let's go, let's go. Elite FPL, let's go, let's go. We analyze, we create. Every game week we debate. From the captain to the late, moves that make us celebrate. Points and transfers we all crave. Following leads to the brave. In this league it's more than a game. Fantasy football's true aim. Elite FPL, the lights they glow. Through the ranks we start to flow. With every tip the game we know. Elite FPL, let's go. Elite FPL, let's go, let's go. Elite FPL, let's go, let's go.
Good evening, everybody. How's it going? How's it going? And welcome to a solo stream of myself doing the Sunday surgery because we have had Steve-O and Shane on earlier on today doing the 2 o'clock kickoffs and beyond. And we've had some surprise results. Certainly, for me anyway, it's been kind of ups and downs. I think that from a fantasy football point of view, I'm personally very happy with today. From a football point of view, from a Manchester United fan point of view, extremely disappointed, as you can imagine. Hello to Animations, Jojo, Henry, Darren, and anyone else that may be tuning in on YouTube or X. Of course, follow us on social media at X, Elite FPL, and join us in Discord at Elite FPL. Hopefully we'll get some people on maybe tonight. That's the whole point of the Sunday surgery. The Sunday surgery lets you talk about your teams and how you've done. I'm not actually sure if it's still got me logged in. I'm going to try and have a look now. But I've had a decent game week for this. This is the first game week in many where actually things have gone okay. 69 points, minus 8, 61 points. I did, of course, flirt with the idea of doing a free hit for so many days. In fact, all of last week, I was convinced that I was going to be doing a free hit. Not going to beat around the bush. I was so busy on Friday, I missed the deadline. So, yeah, for some reason I had captain and PALMER, so win-win. So I would love to say that it was a genius move, but it wasn't a genius move. It was completely fluke. Absolutely fluke. And what has it taught me? Sometimes, just keeping things the way they are instead of tinkering can be the right way forward. I've got some more people in the chat here coming in. Deleted user. Should I triple captain this game week? No, you shouldn't. I wouldn't. 88 points. Is it any good? No, it's awful. You want to be getting over 100 points every week. If you're not getting 100 points every week, then you're failing at FPL. Hello, Clickers. How's it going? What's going on, Darren? So depending on if we get any callers on, it will depend on how long this show lasts tonight. We'll go over the results of the games. We'll go over the goal scorers. We'll go over the bonus points, etc., etc. Obviously, we'll talk a little bit about Man United, but basically they're shit, and Ten Hag needs to go. Is essentially what I have to say about that. But we start with Chelsea winning 2-1 against Newcastle. Of course, Palmer getting the goal early on in that game. I thought, this is setting it up beautifully for some real good points. He still managed to get me some points, but it could have been so much nicer. Just a sliver offside in that game, and it could potentially have been 2 attacking returns. 2 goals from Palmer would have been absolutely brilliant. But I can put up with just the one. Of course, 20 points from Palmer, very, very good. Nicholas Jackson getting the other goal, of course, assist from Lavia and Neto. Neto, I thought, had a very, very good game. And again, I echo what Steve-O said about if he was nailed on, he could be a serious contender. Nicholas Jackson and Palmer sharing the bonus 3 in that game. So yeah. Isaac, I think they talked about Isaac. Is it time to consider Isaac? No, it's not for me anyway. Or Newcastle for me aren't that convincing, to be completely honest with you. Let's quickly talk about the Crystal Palace Spurs game. Now, for those of you who don't know, I was actually part of the reasoning of doing the free hit was to keep hold of my Spurs assets from next week onwards in Solanke and Johnson, and I'm so happy that I didn't do that because I didn't see anything from Spurs today that made me feel confident about owning their players. Really, it's been kind of flipped backwards and forwards with them. I do think they're going to score goals. I do think goals are going to come for Solanke and for Johnson, but I just think there's also so many other avenues for the price points, and in respect of Spurs, there's so many different options that may get goals in games. It's not all going through Johnson or Solanke. It's basically a mixed bag. So I just think the value elsewhere is probably better. So I'm kind of thinking I dodged a bullet on this. I think the free hit would have been a disaster, an absolute disaster. Matty win a lot. Yeah, family's good. We had a lovely Sunday dinner today over my sister's house, and the little one's asleep now, so hopefully stays asleep. That'll be good. Last night he was up at like 2, 4. I didn't sleep at all last night. I went downstairs and was like, right, I'm gonna try and sleep on the sofa, and I don't know what it is, but the sofa's too soft and it just hurts my back, so I'm not doing it. West Ham beating Man United 2-1. Man United started off the game so confident and dominated possession and had all the chances really to put the game to bed. But again, the quality in the final third was lacking. The finishing was lacking. Second half was just West Ham coming into the game and just basically getting almost the last minute winner with Bowen, of course, of all people, getting the penalty. Do I feel it was a penalty? No. I don't feel it was a penalty, but it doesn't mean I don't feel like it matters too much because the performance was that bad. I don't think you can even focus on the penalty as being a deciding factor in that. I mean, to even draw that game 1-1 would have been a bad result. I expect to be beating West Ham. We should have put that game to bed in first half. It's just one of those things. Remember the times when you had a 24-hour call? What? 24-hour call? No, man. We don't do a 24-hour call. That's ridiculous. Arsenal versus Liverpool. West Ham, Man United, of course, goal scorers are Bowen. Somerville getting the initial goal. Casemiro with the reply. Assists from Ings and Xerxes. No one owns them. It's a shame De Ligt got yellow. It's a shame. I thought De Ligt played well. I thought defensively we played all right. It's just, again, just no sting up front. Arsenal Liverpool, a game I expected goals in this game. I did think there was going to be goals for both teams, and alas, there was. Salah was definitely on my radar coming into this game week to get in. He did just get the one attacking return. For many, that's not ideal. That maybe not be enough, but to justify his price point. But I'm still seriously consider getting him in. I got Saka, goal from Saka, Marino, with assists from Rice and White. Salah and Virgil getting the goals for Liverpool, with Darwin and Diaz getting the assists. Again, I think if you own... I think, to be honest with you, if you own Saka and you held through and you didn't sell, then well done to you. Well done to you. Man United in the mud, Ten Hag gone. I hope so, animations. Henry says, this year's fantasy feels so crazy. It was top 79k after game week 2. Haaland triple captain, and now I'm 790,000. Man, it's fine margins, man. 5, especially when you're up in the top 1 million at the moment, you know, top 1 million, top 500k. Things are very bunched up. You're not that far behind. Thinking about it. So yeah, we'll talk about what I'm thinking about doing with my team. I sent Steve-O a screenshot earlier on about transfer moves, and it'll be interesting to get your thoughts. And again, you guys won't make a final decision for me. And to be honest with you, I might just do it because I'm in the habit of just getting moves done. And I'm just doing it because why not, right? Why not just do it? Salah getting +3 and Saka +2 tonight, by the way. Yeah, I mean, I think Salah's going to come in for me. So the moves that I sent Steve-O on when he was streaming earlier on, I was listening to what Shane had to say, and I really liked his idea of just freeing up money in Haaland. And like, I had thought about getting Salah in for many weeks, a few weeks now, but I have no real way of getting Salah in. And the key for Salah for me is obviously money in either PALMER, Saka, or Haaland. And to be quite honest with you, right now, with the way Man City are playing, I mean, I own Foden. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be enough to cover Haaland points, but I'm thinking of doing the following. Taking out Haaland, taking out Rodgers, taking out Keane, and this is bear in mind, we were talking exact funds here. We'll be getting in the man, the myth, Gvardiol. So we triple City still, but with 2 defense, and we're going to go with midfield of Salah. And I got 5.9 up front. Does anyone have a guess who it would be? Visser, Salah, Gvardiol for Haaland, Rodgers, and Keane. That's what it looks like. Keane to Gvardiol, Rodgers to Salah, Haaland to Visser. That is what I'm seriously thinking of doing. And again, echoing what Animations is saying, that would give me a midfield of Saka, Salah, Buemo, PALMER, Foden, and 2 up front of Raul and Visser. Double C defense is risky, but nah, I don't think too much about that. Got some decent fixtures, and Vardiol is like an attacker, right? He's always got a goal. I feel like he's got a goal in him. So it'd be Raya in goal, Gabriel, Vardiol, Lewis. 8 Nuri would be the backup. Yeah. Which is a pretty decent backup. And then we have Saka, Salah, and Mbeumo, Palmer, Foden, Raul, and hit with Vissa. I mean, to be honest, I'm just very tempted to just smack. Doesn't look bad other than -8. -8's nothing, mate. There's nothing. You don't like benching 8 Nuri? Well, who else would you bench? Like, you wouldn't bench anyone else, would you? Like, you wouldn't bench anyone else. 111 points this game week, says H-Dog. Hot dogs? With the 111? What do you do? Do you triple captain Foden? Palmer? Where'd you get the 111 points, man? Post your team in the Discord and come on Discord. Mbeumo triple? No way. You know, I might just do these moves. Yeah, link your team in the Discord. Give us some proof. I'm gonna make a poll, just out of curiosity. Salah, Vissa, Gvardiol in for Haaland, Keane, and Rodgers. See what people say. Oh yeah, -8, but it doesn't matter. I got 70 points this post in the in the chat there. 70 points is good, my friend. I think anyone that's getting over 55 points this week is okay. You got 45 points from Mbeumo. Come on. Come on and show us. Come on and talk to us and show us your team. I'm not just going to take that as gospel, you know. Right, so these moves, boom. I think I'm just gonna do it. We've got 9 votes already. It's 56 saying yes, 45% saying no, 11 votes. Come on, guys, get your votes in. Get your votes in on the chat. Salah, Vissa, Gvardiol in for Haaland, Keane, and Rodgers. Salah, Vissa, Gvardiol in for Haaland, Keane, and Rodgers. I mean, everyone's saying yes. Come on, not everyone's saying yes. 62% saying yes. Come on. If we can get 20 votes, I'm definitely going to do it right now. 7 more votes. And I'm going to hit the transfers. Selling out right now. Hit the likes. Hit the like of the stream as well. Steve-O's going to listen back to this and be like, Joe, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? What are you doing all these transfers for? Why are you sabotaging your team, Jason? Why? Do it. So you did 40 points. I don't care, man. I think I'm going to do Haaland to Raul, Valbeck, and Rodgers, Salah. Yeah, man, it sounds similar to what I'm doing animations, to be honest. Have you posted hot dogs? Hot dogs, you need to post in your team screenshots channel in Discord, man. Just above on air. I need to see it. I need to see this. No, there's no screenshot been posted. I don't see nothing. All right, give me a second, he says. Okay. I'm still waiting for animations to tell me who'd play over at benching out 8 Nuri in this team. He's on the FPL front page. How many teams has he got? Right, so we've got 24 votes. Salah, Vissa, Gvardo in for Haaland, Keane, and Rodgers. 64% saying yes, 36% saying no. Ooh, the votes are coming in, guys. The votes are coming in. It's 64 to 36. We're over 20 votes. Jason, we should arrange a date on sometime in November, probably the 28th or mid-December to get yourself and Steve-O on the pod, says FPL Yellow Army. You absolute legends! I mean, for me, there's been a few people reach out to get myself, Steve-O on podcasts, and so I know Steve-O makes the trips and certainly the effort in the day to do this. I'm hoping. I mean, I'll be completely honest. Work at the moment has got me working far away, and I'm driving at like 4. Like for example, tomorrow. So I normally drive a van at work. This is a short story, I promise. Normally drive a van to and from work. Tomorrow I got to go to the yard and pick up a long pickup truck and drive all the way up to Wednesbury, which is like an hour and 40 minutes away. Drive to Wednesbury, get some pipe. I got to get a 3.8 meter ductile cast pipe and drive it from the suppliers all the way down to Stroud area, which is like 2-hour drive. So I'm doing an hour 40, and then it'd be loading up, and then 2-hour drive, and then from then I've got another hour. So like tomorrow I'll be doing now 40, 3 hours 40, 4 hours 40. 4 hours and 40 minutes driving. And for someone that, like, I don't know about you guys, but driving is tiring. And I get home and I'm knackered. Brighton are a good side, mate. Can't see them doing, can't see it being a must move. Haaland for Salah, they're equal on points. It's not just Salah to Haaland. It's not just Haaland versus Salah, is it? It's the upgrades elsewhere as well. Like for example, like Vissa, I'd put Vissa higher in ceiling than Rodgers at the moment, and certainly Gvardiol beats Keane hands down, right? Gvardiol, you'd expect to beat Keane quite considerably over the season. Driving is tiring, yeah, especially when you're driving around with a big heavy pipe, like resting on the back of your truck and over your cab, and it's like, oh my god, you know, it's going to be not for mate, Blazy, you know what, I don't care about -8. But yeah, at Yellow Army, going back to that, if I can find ways and means to get where it's like to get myself available for something, or to drive to London, because I know that there's other things that I've been asked if I want to be involved with, and it would be quite cool to be involved with. Kind of don't know, I don't know why, because like I'm just like not really trying this season to do much other than just have fun. But it'd be quite funny to just turn up. I mean, FPL Juice is one where like I would be just having a good laugh on FPL Juice. I would be not taking it seriously at all. I feel like this season is the first season where I'm just feeling like I've got no expectation on my shoulders to do well. Like, not to do well. Like, I don't know how to put it across, but like previous seasons I've had stress, and like in my head I've just been like so frustrated at the game for not doing what I want it to do, by not giving me FPL points. Whereas now I'm just like, oh, I'm so chilled out. I'm so chilled out with FPL. I really just, like, for me right now, like, I don't even think about FPL. Like when I go to sleep, I'm not thinking of FPL. When I wake up, I'm not thinking of FPL. And like, I've been playing this game for like 13 years, 13 seasons. And I feel like it's a real good break. Like, I could have just taken a year off and just not done anything. Because obviously I've got a little one. I've got a newborn this year. And the newborn takes a lot of time. The family does rightly take time. And priorities are a thing. And I can't spend a lot of time researching and listening to content. So I would definitely advise anyone that's in a similar situation to try it out for one season, to take a step back and just chill. Like, I mean, a majority of people that watch us and tune into us are hardcore, and they're just like massive like competitors in their mini leagues, and I'm all for that. I'm you know, Godspeed to all of you guys. Where am I in the world? 5 million, mate. Yeah, 480 points, 5 million. I think I am. 5 million, literally 5,084,000. Steve-O's 900,000. Steve-O's doing all right. Steve-O's having a good one. Steve-O's flying the Elite FPL flag. Okay, I'm flying the wooden spoon. And I'm still here for the ride, you know, I'm still here for the ups and downs and the turmoil, but I'm just not going to get so animated if things don't go my right way, and I'm not going to get upset about things. I'm not going to have my weekend ruined and not speak to my wife or children because I'm in a bad mood because, I don't know, Lewis hasn't got a clean sheet, or one of my players, like Raul Jimenez, gets injured and doesn't play more than 30 minutes in a game, or so. Like, I'm not going to get upset if Raya concedes, you know, or Foden doesn't start. I'm just chill. I'm just chill, and it's a real good place to be, and I like it right now. So here we go. So we got some people from across the pond in the chat. 6 hour drive from Fort William. Oh, hang on, no, you're not from across the pond. Fort William, Scotland on Friday. Where's Fort William, Scotland? Where's that? Is that Scott? Hang on. Fort William. I thought it was America. Fort William is a town in Lochaber in the Scottish Highlands, located in the eastern shore of Loch Linney. Loch Linney. No way. I've never heard of Fort William before. This Jojo's like, it's in Scotland, mate. I'm sorry. Where in the world am I right now? Okay, so basically, where in the world am I? If you got a map of the United Kingdom and got a map, okay, if you got a map of the United Kingdom, I'm right in the middle, like near Birmingham. Like, when I say near Birmingham, I'm kind of just south of Birmingham. So I'm kind of in the middle of the country. So if I needed to go to Manchester or up north, it's not too far. If I needed to go to London, I mean, I'm a couple of hours away. I'm like 2.5 hours away from Liverpool. I'm 2.5 hours away from London. I'm 2.5 hours away from Devon. I'm about 3.5 hours away from Cornwall. I'm about 2 hours away from the middle of Wales, like the Brecon. Maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours of Brecon. Snowdonia is about 2 hours away. Just over 2 hours. I'm pretty central. But the thing is, like, I'm not close to anything in, like, I mean, Birmingham's not a million miles away, but I don't want to go to Birmingham. I've got no need to go to Birmingham. Birmingham's not a place I want to go and visit. But yeah, I'm going to read this comment. 6 hour drive from Fort William, Scotland on Friday, knowing my triple captain's active, family first dude. For FPL is a close second. Absolutely, man. For FPL, like, FPL should never be over your family. Wow. You did it. Wow. I wasted my triple captain on Haaland too, to be fair. It's not a waste, man. You got your return. Like, it's not a waste if you got your return. It's a waste if you got 1 point. Like, so many triple captains will get wasted. And so many people fall into the trap of double game weeks. And double game weeks quite often players get rotated and rested, right? So don't think for 1 minute that you've wasted it just because you got one goal. Believe you me, there's been many seasons where people have gone the popular triple captain choice and they've got you 1 point because either they've paid reduced minutes over 2 games or they've missed the second game and they've not played the full game of the first. And it's like managers like to rotate and they like to rest players in congested fixtures, especially around the Christmas period and just after. It's like I wouldn't worry about that too much. I think people that have triple captain Haaland this week, yeah, you got your return. I mean, you could have got more, but at least you got you something. At least you didn't get 6 points from a triple captain. You didn't get 3 points from a triple captain. It's like, you know, it's okay. It's fine. And you shouldn't, and again, I always say it, don't hold the triple captain to such a high regard. Like the triple captainship is going to get you at max 20 points over your rivals, because generally speaking, you're going to triple captain someone that's a popular captain choice and everyone else is going to captain them anyway. So you're only going to get the one third of the points more. And at best, you're going to get 20. By far, the bench boost is more valuable. The free hit is more valuable. Triple captain is the least valuable. We don't know what the mystery chip is going to be yet, but don't you worry about that. Bonus points is bollocks, by the way. He was on the highest XG with no bonus. The game's blazy, man. When it comes to bonus points, it's in the eyes of the FPL gods, man. I like sometimes some things happen. I just can't explain it. I really can't. And I'm just like, okay, all right. Do you know what? This poll, right? We've got 65%. We've got 40 votes. 65% of people saying yes. 35 saying no. We're going to end the poll now. We've got 40 votes. Thank you so much for voting. I appreciate it. We've got a decent amount of people tuned in, guys. Let's get the likes going and let's get the old callers in on Discord. Have we got anyone on Discord at the moment? Let's have a look. If anyone wants to come into the waiting room and talk to me. Right, let's do these moves. Confirm. Transfers -8. I don't care. Done. Sweet. Pick team. And by the way, I wouldn't recommend anyone do moves before, you know, the game weeks. Like, before you know news about your players. Right, Ainuri will be on the bench. That'll be the team. Raya, Gabriel, Vardiol, Lewis, Saka, Foden, Farmer, Salah, Mbuemo, Raul, and Vissa. There we go. Where's Steve-O? Steve-O's taking a long deserved nap and probably watching Game of Thrones because he streamed for like 3 hours earlier on, 3.5, 4 hours earlier on. So Scott Investor's doing really well. Gabriel, expecting him to be okay, yeah? He's got to be. He's got to be okay. Why? Was there something going on with Gabriel? Wait. I missed that. I didn't know he came off injured. I didn't see that bit. As I said, I was over at my sister's house for Sunday dinner. What happened? What happened to him? I didn't even see what happened to him. What happened to him? Well, if not, I've got 8 Nuri, right? 8 Nuri is not bad against Crystal Palace. It's fine. Knee issue, says Sugar. I mean, it's alright. It's fine. 8 Nuri comes on if Gabriel doesn't start. If Gabriel doesn't start, then he ain't coming on as a sub. Early indications, Sugar says, from the dressing room test are that Gabriel's injury isn't serious. Seems to have jarred his knee. Wow, that's a very comprehensive bit of information there, Sugar. Thank you so much. Seems to have jarred his knee, but scan tomorrow will determine the extent of the injury. But either way, Blazy says, Arteta will not tell us. Arteta will not tell us what is wrong with Gabriel. Hello, Carl, Hugo. How's it going, my friend? How's it going? Guys, let me know your points this week. Has anyone had an absolute nightmare week and getting less than like 40 points? There has been some that have had nightmares. Let us know what your points are for this week. I know we've got some big hitters in here with like 111 points and some crazy points here. Oh, I've got 88 points. Is that okay? Is that like... Yeah, the average is like what? 55? I don't even know what the average is. But we've got, certainly in the Torbay Mini League, we've got, like the minimum's 41. 41 points. But like if you own like certain players like Martinez, 2 points. Gabriel, obviously 1. You know, this guy, I mean, look at like Spurs, you know, Johnson, 1 point. Solanke, 2 points. Havertz, 2 points. I mean, Eze, of course, coming through with 6 points. Crystal Palace, I just wouldn't touch them. I really wouldn't touch them. Chris Wood, of course. Chris Wood is another one where, you know, just keeps getting the points. Got a bit, you know, it's a bit of a knock there, a scare, an injury scare maybe, but he's fine. He's absolutely fine. But it's just, he's rolling with the points. 13 points. Who's got Chris Wood? Anyone in chat got Chris Wood? We got 73 points from Blazy. Got Kieran Newlands saying he's got 77 points. Very good, Kieran. Clicker's on 56. Salah killed me. Shiger said 60k to 150k. That's awful, Shiger. Honestly, your season's practically over, mate. 150k. just might as well give up, mate. Just do a minus 16 now. 80 points. Forget my triple captain on Haaland. Henderson was my favourite player this game week. 80 points, Colm. Still very good, mate. Squidward's in the chat. I didn't believe I'll see the day where Chris Wood sprints past someone. Yeah, he's on fire, isn't he? He's on fire. Evening, Harry. How's it going, buddy? Chris Wood saved me, says Shax in the chat. Chris Wood is a legend, says Blazy. Wood is the best, says Animations. Lol, Haaland out now until December, says Shager. Salah is my new friend. I think we'll start. Is Salah going up? Is he going up? Because obviously apparently Vardiol is going up. Salah is on the up. Salah is projected to go up. Maybe not tonight. I don't think it. I mean, depending on the transfers, it's unlikely tonight, but probably tomorrow. I would say, looking at this. He could go up tonight. He's 98.9 on FPL statistics and being transferred in relatively... I don't know. I think it's going to need a few hundred more people to transfer him in. When Wood scored his first head Carragher commentary and said, what a finish. He's on the form of his life. Yeah. Yeah. All right, yeah. I mean, yeah, it seems to be working out really well for him. Forest, I mean, what do you guys think of Raul Jimenez? Did you see the Fulham game, guys? Jimenez was, in my opinion, the best player. He looks so good, man. He looks so good. Did I miss the -8 thing? Yeah, you did, mate. I've already done it. So basically, if you're interested in knowing what I did, I took out Haaland. I brought in Visser. I took out Rodgers for Aston Villa, and I brought in Salah. And then I took out Keane of Everton and I brought in Gvardiol. So now I've got Gvardiol, Salah and Vissa in. So that's my team lining up for next week. Already set up, so I don't have to worry about it all week long. And Nuri will come on if Gabriel is unfit. Of course, Saka's fine. He's absolutely fine. He played very well. I think Jimenez is due a haul next week against Brentford. What do you guys think? Brentford at home. He's got goals in him. I think Brentford will score as well. Eight Nuri's on 4 yellows. Yeah, I'm hoping. To be honest, I'm hoping I'd have to use him. To be fair, he's like a. Yeah, to be honest, I have got an issue here because Greaves and Lancashire are just non-starters. So I'm really going to bank it on him not getting suspended, and the fact that I've got no cover if more than one player of mine doesn't play. Always goals in the Brentford game, says Squidward. Quick check in Discord. We've got no one on the in-air channel. Right, on their channel. Right, cool. Right, so we've covered the games, covered my team. I've done what I've needed to do. We've been live for 40 odd minutes. How long have we been going for? Nothing compared to what Steve-O was doing earlier. What else do we need to talk about, chat? Is there anything else we need to talk about? Has there been any drama on Twitter? Has there been any news that I haven't been made aware of? Probably a 2-2 or 3-2 either way, says Colm. Bench Lewis for 8-0. No, man. Bournemouth are not going to score against City, are they? You don't genuinely think that Bournemouth are going to score? Thoughts on Watkins, Shaz? I think he's expensive, but I do think Watkins is going to be coming through with some points soon. If you've got him, I think keep him. If you haven't got him, I think there's better value elsewhere at the moment. Vissa. VAR got caught being on the FPL app during Arsenal and Liverpool game. What? No? You're joking. You're joking. No. Hang on, let me save this picture. Like, this could be completely on it. In fact, it's most likely a very innocent thing, and they're probably just on the they're probably just on the Premier League app. Look at this VAR. Talk about opening yourself up to criticism and allegations. I mean, they do not do themselves any justice, do they? Eight Noise at home, he's attacking. Shax, I mean, I don't discount that. I mean, to be fair, I might have to play him anyway at this rate. But as we get more news, I might make the decision later on in the week. What are you seeing? So this, right here, right? This is the VAR room. Okay, so if I need to make it clear, here we go. So this are the TV monitors for the VAR, yeah? So on there, they got the match. Then you've got a bloke here that's watching it. And then you got another bloke here. Maybe, yeah, not to scale. Not to scale, obviously. And then this bloke at the back. So he's doing the old chatting to the rep. Oh yeah, we've got. They've got the little mic thing. So when they're checking the offside, they're checking their FPL points. So he's looking at his phone, he's refreshing his FPL points on his phone. Now, what is that? That doesn't look like an FPL. That does not look like an FPL. I'm trying to work out what that is. That's the fixtures. This is the. So this is the fixtures. Because you got to see the badges in the middle, right? Oh. So that's the fixtures. Or no, not the fixtures. The result. Maybe the game. The scores. Maybe it's the scores. I don't know. Fixtures or something. And then we've got a pitch view here. But this pitch view is really short, really small. See, I don't use the official. I don't use the official app for FPL. So, chat, does this look like the official app? Because to me, it looks like the Premier League app. But I use the I'll tell you what, I'll show you. I use FFM Pro. Fantasy Football Manager Pro. So my app looks like that. So I don't have any of this looking stuff. They're checking their mini leagues. Is that what they're doing? The red and green buttons. Red means no goal. Goal! Okay, yeah, you get the idea. Scandal. They love a scandal, don't they? They love a scandal. They cancelled out Haaland's FPL points. Bonus points. They fixed the game. To be honest, if you do not think that the people in the VAR room and that the Premier League and that the fancy towers are, you know, bending the rules a little bit. If you don't think that, then you're naive. I mean, we've seen the VAR. They can't even interpret the rules of the game. That West Ham penalty, like, who in the chat thinks that was a penalty for West Ham? Like, genuinely, don't just say it because it's Man United. But, like, watch that back and you tell me that's a penalty. Like, if your team, like, just before you answer, just imagine if it was your team that had that happen to them. Because it wasn't a penalty. Like, United deserved to lose, right? Because they were playing the second half. They just crumbled. But, like, I'm not saying that the penalty was like would have changed anything from like Ten Hag or any way I feel about United. But I'm just saying that the penalty was a joke, an absolute joke. Yeah, of course, Mohit. Of course, the officials play FPL. I mean, they're not going to go out. They're not going to go out of their way and say they play it. The price rises and drops. I mean, I think they're so unpredictable. Like they are. Like for me, there's some definite fishiness when it comes to the price. The price drops. Price rises. It was a horrendous call by the referee. Danny Ings handled the ball and then got clattered into by Delete. So to me, it was two players like coming together. Like they were kind of like it wasn't even a foul. Like, I just think, like, from a football fan point of view, regardless if it's Man United or, Wolves or Spurs or Brentford, like, you don't want to be seeing stuff like that going on. It looked like Danny Ings came in late, didn't get anything on the ball, and then the momentum took him into Delete. Mate, I don't know how they gave that. I really don't. And the thing is, VAR, they can take as long as they need to make the decision. Okay, it's going to get the fans' backs up. The people in the stadium are going to get annoyed. But how many times have you seen it where they've had a problem with their equipment and they spend like 6 minutes trying to sort it out? Like a battery failing or something like that. Like, they can take a few extra... Like, if they can take... Like, I don't know about you, but if they need 90 more seconds to make a clear decision, take the 90 seconds... Take a little bit longer, take the 90 seconds to go back and watch it again and think, because that has definitely got to be a reaction. Like, it's got to be an impulsive decision to give a penalty. Like, with the legalization of gambling, there needs to be great scrutiny on officiating. There needs to be there does need to be greater scrutiny on officiating, not necessarily for that side of things, but like I do think that we should have a feed from the VAR room to the referee, and if they want to protect the referee and not have any bad language coming through, then they can certainly just have the feed coming from the VAR box. What was that noise? But yeah, I definitely think that they need to look at it. Yeah, I agree. I mean, like, rugby is a great example of, like, rugby is such a disciplined game. Like, rugby is in my opinion a great example of what football could be in terms of discipline and officiating. Like, I like the fact in rugby, like, that they have respect for the referee, and they've got a clarity. I mean, rugby's got a lot of rules. There's a lot of rules in rugby. And there's a lot of decisions in rugby that can be open to interpretation as well. But the difference is there's a respect there between the players and the referee that just doesn't happen in football. And I think that's because the referees are a rule into themselves. They're in their own little bubble, and they literally sit behind the PGMOL, behind the statements, oh, we regretfully got something wrong. We will try to do better in the future. Never mind the points your team lost. At the end of the day, 3 points is a big thing. And, I don't know if it's going to get sorted, man. I don't think that the officiating is going to ever change in this country. Man United getting some karma for the dodgy goings on in the Fergie era. Oh, come on, David. Can't go back to the Fergie era. That was 13 years ago, mate. That was 13 years ago. Jack Todd said, I went and checked it. Seen worse given, but I wouldn't say it's a pen. I mean, from a footballing point of view, it's a shocking decision. How was that a potential penalty incident in the Arsenal game not properly checked? Again, it's the inconsistency that puts footballing officials under scrutiny, isn't it? At the end of the day, that's what it is. You'll see something, I guarantee you'll see something happen in another game very similar to what happened between Ings and Dillit, and it won't be given. There will be no penalty. I mean, every time you give a penalty for an incident, you're kind of setting a bar of expectation with the audience, with the fans. You know, we all saw it a couple of seasons ago. I don't know how many it was now. Do you remember when they were giving all there was a ridiculous amount of handballs? Do you remember that season when I can't remember which one it was. It was 2021, 22. Was it prior to COVID or after COVID? Anyway, it was when they gave all those handballs. And it was like, it was ruining the game. It was like, it's not a handball. And they had to come out and they had to literally almost rewrite the interpretation of the rule. And they're like, right, from now on, you know, it's going to have to be a deliberate handball. A deliberate handball is a handball. Like, you kicking the ball up against the player's arm and that isn't handball. Man United beat Chelsea, watch your space. To be honest, it would be ironic, wouldn't it? I don't think Ten Hag has a job, though. I really don't. Does anyone think that Ten Hag is going to be gone by January? Because I think that he's gone. I just don't see a way forward for him. As of now, the refs have been consistent with yellows for kicking the ball away. Yeah. I suppose when they kicking the ball away. I mean, to be fair, I don't like it. I don't like kicking the ball away. Can't sack him. 17 million. He's gone by the international break, says Shax. Well, initially, Shagar, it'd be the interim. It would have to be an interim manager. It won't be anyone else through the door. Ten Hag is gone this week, says Mohit. I mean, it ain't gonna change anything. Is Garnacho a good option? I mean, if you had spoke to me at the beginning of the season, I would have said yes. But now I'd just be like, avoid Man United at all costs because it's such a chaotic style of football. Like there's no, you just don't know what's going to happen. I mean, he'll have chances. He'll have the odd chance to score, and he will score goals. I mean, he's probably one of United's main outlet of like threat for goals, but I don't know, man. I think owning Man United players in fantasy football is almost like you're trolling at this point if you're owning Man United players. Even today, Luis Diaz kicked the ball away in Arsenal fouls, not even a card given. Shaq says, I don't think any United player is an option as long as Ten Hag is at the helm. I agree with you. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, I would love nothing else to get one Man United player in, whether it be Fernandes, whether it be Rashford, whether it be Garnacho. But I've tried it and I've failed because it always bites me on the ass. Always bites me on the ass getting a Man United player in because they're the same old crap week in, week out. And they'll give you moments where you think, oh, they're playing well. They've made a good move. Oh, they've done something really good. And they will do moments. But moments are not going to win you FPL leagues. They're not going to get you top 4 in the Premier League. It's just predictable. Like everything is very predictable with United. It's just one of those things. I don't know yet who to bench out of Calvert-Lewin, Southampton away, or Smith Rowe. Or Smith Rowe. Played well. He played well. Oh, do you know what? I think I'd bench Smith Rowe. But Smith Rowe, I mean, to be honest, they're very close. Smith Rowe at home. I mean, Smith Rowe was so good, man. That's a real tough one. Toss a coin. Toss a coin, Han. That's a tough one for me. I think if I had Calvert-Lewin and Smith Rowe, I'd probably go with the attacker and Calvert-Lewin, just because he's a striker. I don't know, just the psychology of it all and having him away at Southampton. I had Dalot here earlier. He was half decent. Yeah, Dalot, he's just dropped off, hasn't he? He's been responsible for a few goals and he's missed an absolute sitter today. I like Højlund, but yeah, man, Højlund, I mean, you talk about barren. No service whatsoever. Absolute. If you're Rasmus Højlund, you're just thinking, I'm running my ass off and I'm just not getting picked out. And when I do get the ball given to me, it's in the wrong times, in the wrong place. I want Bruno or Garnacho because they're great assets to own, but Ten Hag ball is so rubbish. I can tell you the players look so lost. Again, will a new manager sort it out? That's the thing, you know. Is there now a distilled, like, toxic, lack of confident environment within that dressing room? I think there is. Man United have already held talks with several managerial candidates as further pressure mounts on Ten Hag, with Javi Hernandez, Sporting Lisbon's Ruben Amorim among them, says the Daily Mail. I mean, it's all very well having talks, but do they want to come to United? Like, if you're a manager now, do you want to come to United right now? Like, Salah's now apparently over 100 on the rise. Me transferring him in is obviously just tipped him over the scale. 100.3 now. Salah could be going up tonight. Okay, so we're looking at what, 60%, 65, 70% chance it goes up tonight then? Let's throw some pretend statistics out. We've got Nick from FPL Juice here. Man United are in so much trouble. I mean, it's I'm sure for all the fans out there that obviously, that were alive and remember seeing United dominate the Premier League for so many years, it must be such a parody seeing what you're seeing now with United. It's almost like, for me, it's frustrating, and I'm like, sort the problems out that are glaringly obvious. Buying bad in the transfer market, overpaying for players, overspending on the wages, not selling players when they need to sell players and transfer listing players. It's like, the whole sale fiasco that was over a year, where this club was up in there was like a load of like speculation of, will it be a full sale, will it be a part sale, and in the end Ineos come in and it's just the same glazes in the background. It's exhausting. Ruud van Nistelrooy interim till the end of the season and then a new manager. Well, that's what you'd be looking at, right? I would imagine. Mate, what manager plays Maserati as number 10 last game versus Fenerbahce? Make it, mate. Some of the decisions that Ten Hag has made, I've just been like, I thought to myself, am I just tactically like unaware of what he's trying to do, or is he just trying to sabotage the team? Nick says, actually, Mr. Strong United team made the Premier League so much more competitive. Mate, the days of the rivalry between Man United and Arsenal, I will forever be etched in my memory. Vieira versus Keane. Keown versus Van Nistelrooy. Just don't get that sort of stuff anymore, and I'm so glad I was alive to witness it. Like the fact that you had blokes going in on each other and picking up the odd yellow card. I mean, you were talking about challenges that were like straight sending off challenges. It was mental. It was more like it was almost like UFC than football. Liverpool, Spurs, Brighton and West Ham losses, but they're tough fixtures. I think if he beats Chelsea and goes onto a good run, Ten Hag could be saved. Man, I think the writing is on the wall, man, for Ten Hag. I think they're already looking to line up a replacement. Oh dear. I'm hoping to do a triple Dwight. I'm hoping to triple Dwight McNeil if he ain't injured, says Posts for Nothing. Triple, I'm assuming triple captain. That's very odd. Why would you do that? Okay. All the best. Xerxes should go on loan. We needed, as in we United needed a proven prolific goal scorer signing. That's what we needed. We didn't need a youngster coming in to play the main man. Yes, bring Rasmus in to be an understudy. Rasmus to me is an understudy of a talisman. You bring in like when we brought in Zlatan, for example. You know, when we brought in Van Persie, like that level of player. Could you imagine Lewandowski? I'm just like, I mean, so like someone that's a proven goal scorer would have been amazing. But no, we just spend it all on other players and throw money around like it's going out of fashion. On certain players which I won't name. Anthony. Anyway, I think deep down he wants to go, but not leave in a bad way. He makes these really weird team selections and tactics. He knows, Shax. He knows that he's in for a really nice payout. He's in for a nice payout if he gets sacked. Once I watched an Arteta press conference and he was asked about Saka. That was enough for me to hold. Lesson learned to do the opposite of what Arteta says. I mean, he's keeping his cards close to his chest, I guess. But yeah, for me, I got fortunate we're holding on to him. In my opinion, says Mohit, United need a manager that's won major trophies and had a success in the Champions League and can manage players on the big wages and their egos. Mate, all those boxes that you've just given there is a very, 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 very small list of managers. And out of that very small list of managers, it'd be very hard to find someone of them that would actually want to go to Man United at the moment. Because you go to, right, so what have you got at the moment? Man United, what is the principal offering for Man United? Yeah, you might get good wages, but what are you going to be? You're going to be fully backed? Is the directors, the board going to back you as a manager of Man United? Are you going to get the transfer fund allocation that you want? Because at the moment we've got overinflated wage bill, and we need to offload players. We've had flops that have just not worked, so we need to get them off. We need to get them gone. So are you going to be able to bring in your 5 or 6 players that you want to kind of use to rejuvenate and re-energize that team? Or are you going to have to deal and use previous managers' failures and try and get the best out of them? So you're coming in firefighting straight away. You're firefighting with a lot of issues that have been going on for years. And if you're a manager that's been used to winning cups and leagues, are you going to be attracted to the prospect of coming to Man United, being given a limited budget for transfers? You may only get 150 million to spend, but that might be on the basis that we need to sell 1 or 2 players or 3 players. You know, because obviously the stadium's being rebuilt. Well, we got the infrastructure problems. Financial fair play is a thing as well. I don't know. I think there's a lot of stuff that United are going to need to solve than just the manager. Man United is trying to catch the other big clubs up, but they can't attract the players they can. I mean, that's the thing. We've been away from the top for so long that players are not looking at United like they used to. Did you see that Fartog got Rasmus? I think that's just wild. Golden rule for FPL will never get rid of Saka. I learned the hard way last season, says Blazy. Xavi might go to United. That would be worse, says Nolan. Is it time to get rid of Rashford, says Colm. You've got Rashford. Yes. I mean, Zidane at United, I'd be interested in seeing Zidane, but Allegri, not so much. But Zidane, I mean, but again, is he going to get given the backing, the financial backing and the support needed, or is it just going to be another Moyes or Van Gaal situation where you get, a limited amount of time to try and do something with very little, and then just get sacked if you don't come top 4 in your first season? Is it going to be like, what does it look like? Paint me a picture of Zidane at Man United. Is he going to have any influence over that team? How much influence is he going to have the transfers? It was a lot different at Real Madrid. Like, for me, United have not got a direction. They haven't got a direction. There's no identity. Absolutely, that's exactly it, Shax. They've got no identity at United, no style of play. They're relying on individual performances, on flashes of individual brilliance to try and get them out of trouble. But guess what? It's not working out because the team aren't playing together. They're not looking for each other. So many times you see runners just not getting picked out. And you see Bruno Fernandes with the Hollywood pass. Sometimes it pays off, but majority of times it just gives the ball back to the other team. Oh, Rafinha was brilliant. Taxi driver. 4-0, wasn't it? Done 4.5 forward and Gabriel out for Cunha and Trent. All right. Yeah. Nice, Harry. Unfortunately, it will end with Southgate because no. Southgate comes to United. That is just. I'm almost gonna cry. I had Anthony for the first 4 games because he said he would score goals. I deleted my account after that. Oh, Anthony. Oh. He can spin with the ball at his feet. Oh, I meant for United for off my team. I was gonna say I couldn't imagine you owning Rashford in the FPL team. I was like, why is he saying should I get rid of Rashford? I was like, what? Rashford. I think Rashford leaving United might not be a bad idea. He doesn't seem happy. He's not got a smile on his face. He seems stressed out. A lot of it's down to the media. A lot of it's down to social media. Maybe a move away to the continent might be a really good decision for him. Bayern Munich and Marseille have joined the Paris Saint-Germain in the race to sign 26-year-old forward Marcus Rashford. Yeah, I mean, he's obviously not enjoying his football at the moment. Obvious. The only man that can fix Man United is Steve-O. Goldbridge was going nuts about Bruno's quarterback passes. I mean, Bruno, it's not something that's been coming. This is no surprise to me. Bruno Fernandes, for so many seasons he's been so good for United, but he's just, I don't know if he's trying too hard, but he's just spraying balls left, right and centre now, trying to get a Hollywood pass where we're just missing the build-up and momentum and trying to catch teams on the ground with passes like a straightforward build-up. We're not putting crosses into the strikers in the box. We don't do that. Slow build-up play a lot of the time now, which doesn't suit Rashford's game. And unfortunately, Bruno, so many times Bruno's found Rashford in over the top with Rashford running on the end of it. It's just not happening anymore. It's like they're not looking for each other and they don't care. They just don't care. I think the only club captain that's ever pulled off me was a Suarez. Oh, my Suarez. Yeah. That was cheat codes. Suarez was cheat codes. Drop Bruno, play Ericsson. Okay. Yeah. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to call it there. It's been a long one. Longer than I thought it was going to be. But I've done my transfers. Go back to earlier on in the stream if you want to see them again. But guys, shame no one came onto Discord. But I'm going to call it there. And we'll be back Thursday for the preview. For where are we? Game week 10? Game Week 10 on Thursday. Game Week 10 on Thursday preview with myself and Steve-O. See you, Loft. See you, Brian Badonde. David Hamill. See you later. See you there, guys. All the best. Take care. See you, Lee. See you, Plum. Bye, Nolan. Bye, Taxi Driver.